Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us for this morning's community meeting to engage our community in the city of Menlo Park as we prepare for our executive search for the next city manager. My name is Todd Hawkins, and I am with the Hawkins Company, and my colleague Janine Hawkins-Gar is also here. We are from the Hawkins Company, the executive search firm that has been retained by the city to conduct the executive search for the next city manager. Before we begin today's meeting, we want to acknowledge and thank our wonderful council members who are present with us. We know for certain that we can see Councilmember Taylor and Councilmember Wilson, who are both joining us. There may be other council members, and we want to say good morning to them. And thank you to all of our community members who are participating this morning in this very important dialogue and community engagement. Also, we have Councilmember Nash, and we're excited to have their participation this morning. So before we get started, I will go ahead or I should say to kick things off, I will go ahead and pass it to my colleague, Janine Hawkins-Gar, who will kick us off for this morning's meeting.
But before we do, we just want to announce that we have a Spanish interpreter for anyone that needs Spanish translation. If you do, there is a globe at the end of or at the bottom of your screen that we would like for you to click on so that you can access and be provided those services.
Este webinario va a ser presentado también en español. Si gustan escucharlo en español, por favor, remítanse al globo terráqueo que está al pie de la pantalla y escojan el idioma de preferencia para escucharlo en español. Gracias.
Welcome to today's community engagement session. We are here in partnership with the City of Menlo Park, and the Hawkins Company would just like to share a little bit about the Hawkins Company. We're an executive search firm that has been in business for 35 plus years. We specialize in talent acquisition consulting, and we have a proven track record, not only in identifying, recruiting, but placing transformational, high-performing leaders with urban public agencies such as the City of Menlo Park. We're here to discuss much of what you want to talk about in regards to your city, but we want you to know that as we assist cities, we also try very hard to strive to meet our clients' executive talent acquisition needs with a specific commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion. We have conducted over 800 executive searches. We're very comfortable in this space, and we look forward to engaging you as a community. Just to share a little bit about the search process, we just wanted to share with you the executive search firm has identified a specific way of conducting city manager searches. And one way is to involve all stakeholders. We have conducted individual meetings with members of the city council. We have conducted individual meetings with city executive leadership. We have decided to host 2 community meetings, one being today, and then also an online survey. The online survey is available to all those participants that were not able to, or to all those members of the community that were not able to join us today, or are not able to join on September 30th, which is our second community meeting that will be held from 6 to 7 p.m. Now, the purpose of the community engagement meeting is to not only inform you about the city manager's role, but more or less to gain your input about what you would like to see in the next city manager. What type of qualities, what type of attributes, and what areas that are of concern that you would like to share with not only the community, but also with City Council and the city as a whole. This information is very useful because it informs our work. It informs what we are actually able to do, which is go out into the marketplace and be able to identify and recruit best-in-class candidates. The purpose of today's meeting is for you to share as much as possible because we want to make sure that we get the right fit for the city of Menlo Park. Not only does your information today assist us in being able to create the recruitment profile, which becomes the tool, the marketing piece that we launch when we launch the search. It will guide our approach in not only recruiting, but also evaluating candidates.
So we will move into our questions for the community. And we ask that you raise your hand by using the raise your hand feature, or you can put your feedback into the chat. We will be recording and taking all of the notes that are in the chat and your feedback. So we'll start with the first question. What qualities would you like to see in the new city manager? Feel free to raise your hand, put your comments into the chat box, and we would love to hear from you. I will ask Janine to, actually, I can see the chat, and help me just in case I'm trying to navigate the platform here. So if you see someone's hand up, please go ahead and call them.
We encourage your participation because remember, if you don't share the information of what you would like to see in the next city manager in terms of their qualities or certain specific qualities, we can't go out and recruit that best-in-class candidate for the city of Menlo Park. So please share.
Excellent. We have some feedback. We need excellent communication skills and ability to listen, top-level leadership qualities for a complex city staff. Thank you for that feedback. Any others?
When we talk about top-level leadership qualities, can we elaborate a little bit on that? Horace?
And for anyone who's joining us, we're at the first question, which is what qualities would you like to see in the new city manager? To add to some of our feedback, tone is at the top of the list.
So what I hear, what the top level leadership qualities would be, the ability to listen, excellent communication skills. Thank you.
We'd like to see someone who is culturally sensitive. Thank you for that. Okay. Making certain that they're aware of cultural dynamics and culturally sensitive. A modern approach, post jobs to the outside, stop the internal promotions only, which seem to lead to cronyism, and the staff attrition is a problem. Perhaps a whistleblower function is needed. Work with the community better. Stay up with best practices. Make residents your priority, not developers and the staff. Better include volunteers and elevate the importance of disaster preparedness. Less secrecy, more of a partnership with residents. Thank you for sharing that.
This is great feedback. Thank you so much.
Tone at the top set the tone for the balance of the staff. Leading a diverse staff in difficult times, we have complex development issues that require substantial planning. We need excellence in staff performance and encourage responsiveness to the public. Also, create a better environment for the rank and file staff. This is all great feedback.
Does anyone want to add anything else before we move on to the second question? Thank you. Someone who pays equal attention to different divisions within the city and not play favoritism or not play favorites.
Excellent. Okay, we're going to move to the next question. If you come up with another answer that you want to provide for the first question, we just ask that you put it into the chat and just make a note that this is a response to question number 1. So we'll move to the second question, which is, what experience should the next city manager have? What experience should the next city manager have? Again, feel free to raise your hand and share or put your comments into the chat. Okay. Experience working with diverse communities and not just wealth, mostly white enclaves. Just for clarity, experience working with diverse communities and not just wealth, mostly wealthy enclaves, not white enclaves. Timely open door when possible.
Can someone elaborate a little bit more on that? Timely open door. What does that actually mean?
Familiarity with powerful interests like Facebook, large developers, Stanford, that have deep pockets and substantial resources, and experience dealing with financial issues and the modern regulatory state. Thank you for that reference to question number 1. We'll note that. He or she should have concrete experience working with cities that have diverse populations, like Menlo Park, and try to create one community and not feed into the division. Thank you. Experience with effective outreach to the public, and a proven track record of productive relationship with the City Council.
This is great feedback. Does anybody have anything else that they would like to add? I'm sorry, any specific type of experience that you would like this next city manager to have, either whether it be strong financial budgeting experience, whether they should have any experience in a specific area in terms of certain functions or departments within the city?
The person should be a person who works well with others. Thank you. Okay, we're going, if there's no other feedback, we will move to the next question. But again, if you do have another thought to share, please drop it into the chat and reference question number 2. Next question. Which areas are the most, oh, I'm sorry. Slide moved a little ahead of us. Which areas are the most important for the city manager to have proven experience in? Which areas are the most important for the city manager to have proven experience?
So this is going to be really key because as city council sets policy, we have to ensure that the city manager is able to implement that policy. And part of the implementation is sometimes your familiarity with certain areas.
So handling large-scale development, familiarity with the housing element, data management, familiarity with climate change, managing diversity.
Any other areas?
Innovative government practices. Excellent. Police reform.
Any others before we move on to the next question? Any additional input?
Okay. Not seeing any other, go ahead, and if you do have other thoughts, again, put those thoughts into the chat with reference to question number 3. We'll move to our final question, which is really an opportunity for everyone present to just share feedback or suggestions regarding the search for the city manager. This is a time for you to voice concerns or ideas or thoughts that you have that you'd like to see in the next city manager, or things that we should be aware of as we begin and create, or I should say, begin and kick off the search, the official search.
And this might be a great opportunity for the community to voice it publicly, and maybe come out of the chat just for some live discussion. I think is great too, if you feel comfortable. I'm sure you guys have questions regarding the city manager search. Feel free to ask us. We are here as a resource and want to make sure that we're here to answer all questions.
We also want to encourage you, if you have not had an opportunity to do so, there is a survey on the city's website that allows you to answer some of these questions in more detail. And there are some rank questions, as well as you can give us additional feedback through that survey, which is live on the city's website. We have a comment.
We do.
I just hope that prospective candidates aren't daunted by the challenges in Menlo Park. I also hope the rank and file staff that has been able to give input, I hope that rank and file staff have been given the opportunity to give input. It's time for a modern approach in Menlo Park. The residents would welcome an able new style leader. Another comment is the position offers candidates an opportunity to take on some of the most challenging problems facing cities today. Yet, with quite limited resources given the size of the city, I hope we can find a city manager who will view that as an interesting challenge. We need someone who welcomes a challenge and will have a can-do attitude. Another comment, city disaster preparedness and management, something that's important. This is wonderful feedback.
Also wanted to just share, there was some additional feedback to question 1 as it related to the qualities that they would like to see in the next city manager. And it spoke to public individuals.
Thank you.
I know that Todd has invited everyone who has attended today to also take a look at the survey on the city's website. It's posted on the city's website. It's also posted on the Hawkins Company's website as well. And just wanted to and really encourage, I'm sorry, it's posted just on the city's website, but I want to encourage that for those individuals, those residents, those neighbors, anyone that you know is residing in the city of Menlo Park, utilizing Menlo Park's utilities, services, parks, is a small business owner, please, just anyone who is, residing in city of Menlo Park, please get the word out, please share, please encourage individuals to go onto the city's website and fill out the survey. It's very useful, especially for this type of recruitment. I do want to encourage you to let people know that the community forum that we are having today is going to be the same questions that we will ask in the next community forum that will be scheduled September 30th on Thursday from 6 to 7. And it's also the same questions that you will see on the community survey online.
We also got another comment. Yes, we
Great.
need to do much better at prioritizing the strategic over the tyranny of the urgent. I'm deeply concerned that we don't work longer time and proactively as it pertains to, or longer term and proactively as it pertains to disaster preparedness. For example, we don't even have 1 day worth of stored water for personal, fire, and medical. Thank you for that. Again, just to echo Yanin's comments, please encourage your neighbors, your friends, other business owners, community members to either participate in the survey online or join us on Thursday at our next community meeting so that we can get all of the input from the community. As much feedback as possible is very helpful to us in the process in ensuring that we find the best next city manager for the city of Menlo Park. We want to just take this opportunity to say thank you for joining us on a Saturday, taking time out of your busy schedules to share your feedback in the community and the opportunity for us to speak with you. Again, we welcome the feedback and hope that you will not only participate in more conversations, but encourage your friends, community members, and neighbors to also participate. Thank you to our council members and the City of Menlo Park, our city clerk for helping us with the moderation of today's meeting, and to all of you for again joining us.
And one last thing, please encourage not only the staff, the employees of the City of Menlo Park to also participate as well. Their voice matters.
We're just at our time, and we thank you so much for participating. Have a wonderful rest.